Guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and today I just wanted to do a very quick tutorial on pit stop strategies and how to decide how many stops you want to make. It's something that I think we all struggle with a little bit, and through sort of 3 versions of the game now, I think I've kind of got it figured out. So hopefully you'll find this helpful. If you do, of course, make sure you hit thumbs up on the video, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. We have a series racing through with Aussie Villain Racing Creator Team, so be sure to subscribe and catch up with that. Now, let's have a quick look here at the things you need to look at to determine your pit strategy. Now, there's 2 things. Time considerations is the main one. How much lost time do you have when you make a pit stop? Now, anything 22 seconds is sort of marginal. And once you get to 25 seconds above, then making an extra stop is you're going to have to really make up a lot of time. And if it's anything sort of 21 seconds perhaps and below, then the extra stop is probably going to be worthwhile. Now, it's going to depend a little bit on how quick your car is, how good your tire wear is. Things that will affect things is perhaps a safety car or a virtual safety car. If you can save that little bit of extra time, it might be worth making a stop if it sort of fits in with a pit stop window. Now, expected strategies, you can get an idea of what the AI is going to do off of this, but you know, they could do anything, it seems. Now, the other thing you want to look at is the compound performance. Now, what you're looking at here, I always think, is the difference in sort of average lap time between the different compounds. Now, if there is a big difference between the soft and the hard, so if we're sort of talking this, we're sort of 0.7 of a second a lap, which is just about worth it. If you get to sort of 9/10 to a second a lap difference, then it's definitely worth it, assuming the pit stop loss is okay. The one sort of track that's sort of a bit of an outlier is Imola, the Emiliano Romagna Grand Prix, because it is such a long pit lane. The extra stop maybe isn't worth it. But if the tire compound performance between soft and hard is significant, then what you're likely going to want to do is make the extra stop to avoid going onto a hard tire. So we can see here, most teams look like they're going to do that. They're going to avoid the hard tire and they're going to go the soft tire twice. Now, the ways around doing that is if the medium tire, and it's not that much quicker here, but if you have a track where the medium tire is maybe half a second or so quicker, you could look to do, and the soft tire is the other thing you need to, I should say, is look at the degradation per lap. How quickly does the tire wear out? So if the soft tire is going to wear out really quickly, and the ultimate track for this really is Austin, Circuit of the Americas, and Bahrain's pretty bad as well. If the soft tire really doesn't last quite long enough, then you could look to do 2 mediums and a soft, and again avoiding the hard on doing it that way. So yeah, you want to it's again, you just want to try and look at calculating in your head, and you'll get an idea as the more seasons you play as well what strategies work where. But if the soft tire is a lot quicker than the hard, if the medium tire is a lot quicker than the hard, if the soft is degrading quite quickly, you're sort of looking at 10th or more second a lap for the soft tire to maybe not be worth it. The lifespan or the competitive performance laps gives you an idea there as well. Then yeah, that gives you an idea of then how many stops you're looking at, and the expected strategy gives you an idea then of what the AI is going to do. Now, when would you sort of not make an extra stop? The main reason would be track position. Now, if you've got a car that is maybe quick in a straight line, therefore difficult to overtake, then maybe you look to save the pit stop time, knowing that cars will get behind you and have a hard time overtaking you. And if you're telling the drivers to defend into a corner, then it may well work out to not do the extra stop. But for the most part, you're going to be a lot quicker doing the extra stop and being able to get the overtakes done, on cars around you that way. As I said, the top there, the one thing that to maybe take into account is a safety car. If it's a safety car, almost always you want to stop, because I've fallen into the trap before. We're like, I'll get track position, but you're not going to pull out a gap to be able to get to your next stop, because even if you're on a soft tire and they've all come out on hards, a new hard, you're not going to pull out a gap on used softs or mediums that you would do anyway. And if you're on the same tire but older, you're just not going to pull a gap, so you're going to end up coming back at the back of the pack anyway. The only exception to that might be if it's right at the end of a race and you think you can sort of hang it out on old tires and for say 4 or 5 laps, then yeah, that might be an occasion where you don't stop under a safety car. But generally speaking, under a safe, or very early in the race perhaps, if you haven't really worn the tires out that much anyway. But even then, it might be worth coming in and getting a new set of tires on. But depends how much track position you're going to lose. Again, if you're at the back of the pack, you've got nothing to lose. If you're at the front, you probably don't want to lose that track position for the sake of a couple of laps of tyre wear. Virtual safety cars, If it sort of fits in your pit window, then take it. The thing, of course, with a virtual safety car is that the gaps stay there. The gaps don't close up at all. This is going to be basic, I guess, if you watch Formula One. So on that occasion, it might be if it fits in with your strategy, then stop. If it's a lap or two early, then fair enough, because you'll save 5-6 seconds under the virtual safety car. Sorry. So just conserve the tires a little bit more to get the stint length out of it. But you can, it's going to be worth it. But taking a virtual safety car just for the sake of it typically isn't worth it, because everybody's still moving. It doesn't pack up behind the safety car. You're not going to close up the gap to the cars in front, and you just end up losing track position. And if you have to make an extra stop because of it, you've not really gained much by saving that 5 seconds. So so there we go. That is the best way. That's what I've sort of done. And I guess in a lot of ways it is common sense if you watch Formula One as well. But yeah, just keep an eye on those 3 things: time considerations and compound, so the average lap time and compound degradation, and sort of you'll get an idea then as you go what works for what. So hopefully you found that useful. If you have, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and if there's any other sort of tutorials you'd like to see me do, stating what to many will be the obvious, then let me know in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.